Hello, how's it going? Let's take a look through the Story Captain Growth Story Framework and do a little breakdown of each category. Okay, here we are, Story Captain. Right, first category, you have got the origin stories. Then we've got the challenge stories. Then we've got the transformation stories. Then we've got brand builders. Then we've got the big picture. Now, check that out. Aren't they beautiful? But look, who cares what they look like? What are they going to let you do as a business owner or a leader of some kind of organization or just someone who wants to see some kind of positive change in the world and needs people to believe in what they are doing? That's what these are for. First thing you're going to need, if you're any of those things, is an origin story, right? And you can argue until the cows come home about how much people should use their own personal stories in the realm of business. The answer is as much as you can get away with, as long as it ties into everything that you are doing. It demonstrates your credibility. It shows where you've been. It gives people a reason to believe that you are the one they should listen to. Without that, you're going to be vulnerable to other people who are talking a better game. And these days, going to be vulnerable to technology, right? It's the thing that sets you apart. It's probably the one unique thing you've got. Pay attention to the origin story, I beg of you. And it feeds in perfectly to the challenge stories. The challenge stories. This, on the face of it, in simplistic terms, is all about talking about the problems that your audience are facing. It's about meeting people where they are and challenging them to think differently. First, by making it clear that you understand their problems better than they do, the causes of their problems, the far-reaching effect of those problems they may never have considered, and then more importantly, how they need to change the way they think to get away from the negative effects of those problems, the mistakes they're making, the myths they believe, and the things they need to do in order to get where they want to be. Now, where do they want to be? That's the transformation category. And with the challenges and the transformations, it's really a 1-2 combo. It's really like a boom, boom, challenge transformations. If you're having this problem, where you really want to be is here. If you can just think in a certain way here, then this is going to be your reward. And more broadly, in terms of you as a business owner, as a founder, it's about taking ownership of the solutions to these things and, to an extent, the problems and the mindset shifts that people need to go through, really taking ownership of them so you can repeat them and cut through the noise and get away from just talking about stuff willy-nilly, or worse still, letting AI write everything for you, right? Then we come to the brand builder stuff. So this, look, think of it this way. If you are talking about where people are, the problems, their hopes, their dreams, their desires, and also where they could be, the outcomes, all these incredible benefits they could get, then it creates a natural gap in between these two. So there's a case of what can you fill that gap with? What you want to fill that gap with, the question that it asks. Well, what's the bridge between these two? The thing you want to be the bridge is your business, right? The brand builder cards, that's what they're for. Now, you want to be talking about your business as little as possible, broadly speaking, until you absolutely have to. It's a time and place for detail, and it's nowhere near as frequently as people think. But if you can talk briefly, succinctly, and powerfully about what the different elements of your business does, it combines beautifully with all of these categories. You know, talking about a particular transformation that could be possible for someone and then going straight into why a certain method or process in your business has been set up to achieve it. Or talking again about a problem someone's having and how it's a particular guiding principle that you've got within the business has dictated how you decide to go about things in order to best solve those problems. All really cool stuff. Vision, mission, values, it's all in there and it's all very powerful indeed. Final category is the big picture category. Now this is, I think, unquestionably my favorite one. It's the most fun out of all of them because it's the least hard work. To be brutally frank, doing these ones, it takes introspection. That's where the rewards are, right? Not skipping this stuff, not kind of taking the easy route with it, not having it done for you, really digging deeper, figuring out what you're about. And almost the big picture is the kind of the fun little bit at the end where you can just talk about the industry, the world, society, the big picture stuff, the rationale in terms of why any of this is necessary in the first place. It adds a real nice sense of big picture urgency to every single thing you do, but also lets you get those thought leadership skills into gear. Talking about how things were, how things are, how they're going to be, what the problems are coming around the corner on a societal level that no one's really considered, who the winners and the losers are going to be in the future, how things are going to work after the next world-changing event, all of these really cool things. And it adds it all up. And what happens that's lovely is when you go through the process properly, you can tie up your origin story of how you started and what made you passionate about the thing that you're doing directly to the big picture stuff. And it's this kind of aha moment where it's like, oh my God, I was meant to be doing this. It ties everything together and gives you this irresistible sense of direction and momentum. It's powerful stuff. I'm only scratching the surface. I haven't even showed you any of the cards themselves, but that, my friends, is the growth story framework, whistle stop tour. So there you have it. Super fun, super powerful. Now, we're going to be digging into individual cards from each of these categories in the coming weeks and months, really drilling into how they can be used on a day-to-day basis to get people to believe in what you are doing, because that's the name of the game. It's a game of stories, and the aim is to get people to believe. That's what we'll be digging into. That's what Story Captain's all about. I will see you next time.